Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how I created this engagement party chip bag. I want to apologize because it has taken me so long to get to this because I think I said at the end of my how to create a chip bag template in Photoshop video, I said that I was going to show you how I made this, but it's been a long time between the two. I started having problems with Photoshop and I had to figure out what was wrong with it before I could show you how I created this chip bag. I think I got it fixed, so let's get started on how I made this. Okay, so I'm using the chip bag template that I made in my previous video. The first thing I want to do is I want to rename this bag. I want to save it as the engagement chip bag. And I'm going to just click on File, click on Save As, click on Save on your computer. And then I'm going to find where I want to save it. And then I'm going to come down here and just rename it Engagement Party Chip Bag and click Save. And as you can see, it changed the name of the bag from chip bag template to engagement chip bag. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to create the pattern. I want to add in the pattern for the top and bottom of the chip bag. And I got this pattern for the top and bottom and the pattern for the middle of the bag from Creative Fabrica in this mauve and silver digital scrapbook kit. I'm going to be using a few things from Creative Fabrica for this chip bag. And I am not an affiliate with Creative Fabrica. I just have an account with them, a subscription with them. And because I have this, I can basically download as much as I want from this, from Creative Fabrica, because I think I paid $19 a month for it. If you want to use the same pattern, digital paper, and you do not have a subscription with them, you're going to have to pay the price for the packet. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I have a subscription. I pay like $19 a month. So I get to download this for free because of my subscription. But yeah, you're going to have to pay for it if you don't have one. I highly recommend paying that $19 a month because it really does save me a lot. And you'll see as we go through this video, the stuff that I use from Creative Fabrica to create this. So yeah, I got the pattern paper from this one, Mauve and Silver Digital Scrapbook Kit. And I want the pattern right here is the top and bottom pattern. The first thing I need to do is save this as a pattern overlay. So I opened it up in Photoshop, and I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to click on Define Pattern. And here I can rename it if I want to, or I can just use the name that was given to the pattern in the that packet. And I'm going to click on OK, but I'm not going to click OK because I already got this saved, and you'll see in a minute how many times I've gotten it saved, because I've tried several times to create this video and I wanted you to see everything I did. So I'm going to click on cancel, but you should click OK. Once you click OK, your pattern is saved. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer by clicking on this square with a little plus sign in it. And we're going to call this layer top and bottom. So I'm going to double click on layer 1 and just name it top and bottom. This is going to be the top and bottom of my chip bag. I'm going to come over here to the marquee tool. I'm going to choose the rectangular marquee tool. And I'm going to go over here to the top, and I'm just going to drag a box all the way over to the other side. And I'm going to try to put it right at the guideline here. I want it to cover from one end to the other. Not close enough. And now I'm going to hold down the shift key, and I'm going to come down to the bottom and do the same thing. Get as close to the guideline as I can. I used to be better at this. Okay. And as you can see, at the top and the bottom, it has what people call the marching ants. You want to make sure that that is showing at the top and bottom. Then I'm going to click on my paintbrush tool here. I want to make sure that the foreground does have a color here. If it doesn't, you can just click on it, open up the box, choose any color. It doesn't matter. And just click OK. For some reason, you do have to add a color to this in order to get that pattern to show up here. I tried it without and it didn't work. So just click either the top or the bottom. It'll put your color in there for you. Then come over here to your top and bottom layer and double click on it. And you're going to come down to here where it says pattern overlay. This opens up your layer style box, just to let you know. And you just come down here to the pattern overlay. And as you can see, it just automatically put the pattern in it. But if you open it up and you see a different pattern than the one that you chose, just click on the down arrow here right beside the pattern and go and find it. As you see, I added this several times trying to get this video to work. And I did that because I was basically trying to show you guys how to get this in there. But yeah, these are other pattern overlays that I added in other chip bags that I created. But the one that you just added, it should be the very last one. And you can click on it and then click OK. And it'll come up. And now I'm going to just click select and deselect because I don't need those selected anymore. And the pattern that I used for the middle part, I'm not going to do that the same way I just did the pattern overlay for this one. You can, it's up to you what you want to do. And by the way, once you've added it, you can go ahead and close it because you won't need to have it open anymore. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag in that other one. This is it. I'm just going to hold my mouse down on it and drag it in. Once I get it in, I'm just going to stretch it a little on both sides. Make sure it's covered from one end to the other. And I would not suggest doing this with any other pattern because it may look stretched or distorted. You can hold down your shift key and make the appropriate size without distorting it. But because this pattern, which I say looks like leather, I like it, it really doesn't matter because you can't really tell if it's stretched or not. And here it is, it added a new layer itself. And what I'm going to do with this new layer, as you can see, it covered the top and bottom of my chip bag, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to hold and drag this down below the top and bottom layer and let go. And there it is. It's that simple. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I am using a PC, not a Mac. So you still should be able to follow this video. I know there are different terminologies for certain things, for certain buttons and whatever, but I think you should be able to follow it. Like I know with the PC, the control button is called the control button, but I think it's called command button in on the Mac. So, but you still should be able to follow this video. And another thing, I don't know if you can do this on the Mac, but on the PC, as you can see, I have several folders open here. And I like doing this because I don't like using just one folder and then trying to go in and find something as I'm doing the video. Basically, I can start here like I did, showing you the patterns for this, and then I can move on to this one, which I'll be explaining next. Yeah, when I do the wording. And I think you can have as many as you want open, and you can open them by right-clicking on this little folder here. And what it's showing you are some of the previous, the most recent folders that you had open. And you can just click on, if it's still, you know, the folder you're looking for is listed here. You can just just click on it, and it'll open it up for you. And if you don't see the folder that you're looking for, then you can click on any one of those folders, and it'll give you a new folder, and then you can go find what you want, and it'll always put the folder that you open at the end. I'm going to close this one because I really don't need it. Okay, now we're going to start with putting in the wording. I'm going to start by putting in the David and Samantha and then celebrating their engagement. I'm going to click on my text tool here. And this is the font that I used, the Natasha font. And again, this font comes from Creative Fabrica. And if you have the $19 a month subscription, you can download this font for free. If you don't have it, you're going to have to pay for it. It already has it chosen here, but if there was a different font name here, just click on the down arrow key and type in the name of the font you're looking for, and it'll bring it up. You don't have to do all that scrolling trying to find it. You just start typing in the name, and it'll automatically find it for you, and you can click on it. I want to change this color, this foreground color, to white so I can see it when I type David and Samantha. Click OK. And then I'm just going to come up here at the top. Doesn't matter where I do it because I'm going to be moving it around. And I'm going to type David and Samantha. Now, as you can tell from this, it's got a pattern in it, and I use a diamond pattern, and that diamond pattern came from, yes, you've guessed it, Creative Fabrica. I used a luxury white digital paper here. I downloaded it, and it had the pattern that I want, similar to this. I don't know if that's the one I use, but yeah, I got it from Creative Fabrica. So I'm going to come over here and click on this pattern, and it's going to change the name to David and Samantha. I'm going to double click on it. Oh, I guess I should have shown you, but I've already added this pattern. I'm going to click on the pattern overlay again, and as you can see, that's the last one I chosen, but I'm going to come up here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to click on this one. And I'm going to come in here and find the pattern that I use. I think it was, I don't think it was it that one? I think it might have been. Let's see the name of that. Or was it this one? I'm not real sure which pattern it was. I guess right now it doesn't matter, but I'm going to click on one and click OK. Well, not yet. I need to come up here to the stroke layer style here, click on that. And then I'm going to choose a stroke, and this says 6. And as you can see, it added, you know, the white outline around the names. So I'm going to let it stay at 6 and click OK. Okay, then I'm going to hit my select button here and just move it over a little because I want it to center here. And as you can see, it's just a little too big. And with that David and Samantha layer selected, I'm going to hold down my control key and hit the T so that I can move it. I'm going to hold down my shift key and I'm just going to grab a corner and just move it until I can get it to fit how I want it to fit. I'm going to try to center it as best as I can here. Oh, okay. Control T again. Doesn't want to resize. But yeah, this is what you do to resize it. I'm gonna select and deselect. Okay, that don't want to work. I'm just gonna click off of it. See what happens. Yeah. But I still want it to center. That's good enough. And I'm gonna click the text tool again. And this time it still has Natasha chosen and the foreground is still white. And I'm gonna come down here, click at the bottom and type celebrating their engagement. Okay, and if this is not centering the way you want it to center, you can come up here and choose it from here. So you got your left, and you got center, and you got, I forget what this is called. The right, but I want it to be centered. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here, click on the layer, and I'm going to do the same thing. Yes, I guess I should have showed you, but this is the pattern that I used. And I did the same thing with it. I chose edit, define pattern, let it stay that name. I didn't change it, then clicked OK. And then it's saved in the pattern overlay now. So I'm going to double click. Go to the pattern overlay again. And this time the one that is there because I used it here. So it's already chosen. And then I'm going to come over to the stroke and make sure you hit the stroke name and not this plus button because that's a whole other story. And then I don't want to describe it in this video right now. So click stroke, choose the stroke that you want. I'm going to leave it at 6 pixels because it's the same as up there. And then click OK. Then I'm going to move it. To try and center it. Bring it down to where I want. And another way you can center it is first find this pattern here. That's that this pattern right here. And then you can go up and find where I typed the celebrating their engagement. Hold down my shift key, click on that, and then find where I typed David and Samantha. Find that one as well. And hold down the shift key. Let me find it. Celebrating. Oh, I got it all. And then just come up here and click the center key here. And it'll center both of them for you along with this. And I guess I did it perfectly because it seems to be centered. Okay, then I'm going to go to select and deselect again. Oh, let's just get off of it. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to add in the picture here. And I've got that saved, but I'm going to come here and I'm going to choose the folder where I have it saved. I think it's the engagement party folder. Make sure. I think this is where I saved it. Yes. This is that picture. And I'm just going to drag it into the document. I'm going to hold down my shift key so I can resize it. That's about it. See if I can center it a little better. If you can see that red line at the top and bottom, that's basically telling me I have it centered. So I'm just going to let it go and click enter. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing I think I'll do is add in "So happy to have you celebrate with us." I'm going to add that in. And as you can see, it's on this side of the bag. But when I do it here, I'm going to put it on this side of my template, because when I print it, it's going to look perfect. You'll see. I'm going to try to see if I can create a video of the bag and show you after I print it and put it together. I'm going to try to do. I've never done that before, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to try it. Again, we're going to hit the text tool here, and I'm just going to see Natasha is still chosen, and I still have the white foreground, so I'm just going to type this in here. So happy to have you celebrate with us. And I'm going to go ahead and do all the other stuff here. I'm going to click here, double click it, add my pattern layer. Oh, did I click on the wrong one? Sure did. Pattern layer, and it's chosen. And then I'm going to make sure my stroke is set at 6. And I'm just going to click OK. Get the move tool here and bring it over. It's a little too big. So I'm going to hold down my control key and hit the T. Hold down my shift key and just move it a little to fit right here. Bring it over just a little. Maybe pull it down some. I don't want it to stretch too much. Okay. Let's see. Just trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do to the bag is add in this information right here. I just thought about something. I am going to move this on this side. But I'm going to add in the save the date information now. And this right here came from Creative Fabrica as well. Yes, it did. It came from this one, the Silver and Diamonds Frames Clipart. Like I said before, if you don't have that subscription, you're going to have to pay for it to download it. And I think I have that folder open as well. Yes. And the one I used was this one. And I'm just going to drag it in. I'm going to hold down my shift key and make it a little smaller. Pull it over here. And what I did was I just flipped it by coming up here and changing this to 90 for 90 degrees. And I'll put it where I want it to be. I don't think I made it that wide. Let me size it up a little here. Oh, right there. I'll bring it down a little. I'm holding my Alt key and roll my mouse button, the scroll button up, so I can get this where I can see it a little better. Okay. Then I'm going to use the text tool again. And I'm going to type save the date using the Natasha font again and making sure the foreground is white. And again, I'm going to go to the layer, double click on it. Choose pattern overlay. I'm going to use that same pattern and I'm going to come over to the stroke and make sure it's at 6 pixels and click OK. Now, with it still selected, hold down Control T so that I can resize it, holding down my Shift key. Okay. And I just want it big enough to fit in this box here. Make it a little bit smaller. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think on something and do this at the same time. Okay. I'm going to bring it down about right there. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the text tool again. I'm going to put in the date that I chose. And this one I did change the font. I think I used the Arial rounded font. Yeah. White foreground. And the date I chose was 08-21. Uh-oh. 21-2022. And I don't think I added a pattern overlay to that, and I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to click on my select tool here, hit Control T so I can resize it, hold down my Shift key, and just grab the end of it, make it smaller. over here. I'll make it a little bigger. Okay, with that selected, I'm going to hold down my shift key to save the date and select the silver frame, and then come up here and choose center so they're all center right there. Good. Okay, we got this side covered, and now I'm going to do this side. Okay, my nutritional fat, I make those myself by using Excel. I create them in Excel. I have this one document where I save all of my nutritional facts. And as you can see, I have the engagement party, excuse me, engagement party nutritional fat. I also have a bride to be for bridal showers. I have one for a baby shower and one for anniversary, like a wedding anniversary. And I create them here. And I like to make mine with a clear background. I don't know, I may decide to do a video on how I created this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that just yet, but yeah, that's where I started. Once I get it saved, once I get it created, spell check it and everything, then I create it with, I would create it as a PNG. And I save it wherever it is I want to save it. And I made sure engagement nutrition, this is the one I want. I chose the one where I made it with a white and black background, but I want the white one. I think, is that the right one? Let me make sure. Yes, I got the name white in there. So I'm going to drag it in. I'm going to shift key down and resize it. Oh, wait a minute, I think I grabbed the wrong thing there. I did. Oh, let me put this back where I had it. Didn't mean to do that, sorry about that. I'm going to resize this again. Grab it from the top. You can grab it from any end, it doesn't matter. I'm going to place it where I want to place it before I make any more sizing done to it. Okay. I'm going to put it about right there. I'm going to pull it in from this side. Yeah. Move it a little bit more over. I'm going to pull it up from this side so it doesn't look so stretched. That's about it. Hitting my enter key to place it. It doesn't look like all the lines are there, but they actually are. Let's see as I make it bigger. You can tell that they're there. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close these. I don't need them open anymore. This set of rings here, I actually Googled it and found them. And I didn't put this in at first, 2 silver hearts, but it is an easier way to find it by typing that in. This is it. When I saved it, it saved it with a white background, and I just removed the white background on it because I didn't want that to show. So I'm going to drag that in. And I think I got it here. Yeah. As you can tell, I saved it first with the white background, and then I saved it. I removed the white background and then saved it again, without the white background. I'm just going to drag it in. Hold down the shift key, resize it. I'll leave it there for now. And I did the same thing with my barcode. I created the barcode myself, and I did not put a background. I wanted it without a background. And I have to, let me see, which one is it? I think I called it When Two Become One. Yeah. This is the white one. The one with no, here it is. When Two Become One. I make my own as well, barcodes. And I may make a video on how I did that too. I'm not sure yet. If you like to see the videos of how I created my nutritional facts and my barcodes, just leave me a comment below, and I'll see if I can get to. If I get enough comments on it, I just may do it. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab all three of those. I have the barcode selected. I'm going to hold down my shift key and I'm going to grab the rings. I think I have it. And the nutritional facts. And I'm just going to come up here and center those together. There we go. And that is it. Usually what I do next is I make a PDF of this and I save it in my folder, and then I'll print it out and then I'll cut the top parts up because it's going to print with white at the top and bottom. I'm going to see if I can make a video of how I do all of that as well next. I've never done that before, but I'm going to try it, and if it works out, I'll post it as a second video to this. But this is basically it. This is what I've done to make this chip bag. And also, you can put like a logo here of the chips that you're going to have in the bag. Like if you're using Lay's sour cream and onion potato chips, you can put the Lay's logo there if you want to. You can put the Doritos logo here if you want to. It's up to you. I didn't do it because I think the bag looks so nice without it. So that's why I didn't do it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. If so, please remember to click on the like button below. And if you're not a subscriber, please click the subscribe button and click the bell and choose all to receive notifications as to when I add a new video to my channel. And also, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I do try to read them all, and I do try to answer back to them all. Again, thank you so much for watching the video.